What's going on, everyone? Gilman with the Wellthy Stocks, back with our daily Apple update video, ticker symbol AAPL, where we take a look at how Apple stock traded today, key levels of support and resistance that we are looking at moving into the future, and based on that, what we think Apple stock could do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me go ahead and hit record, and we will get right into it. So two big things that happened today. Apple ended the week green. Now we had 2 green days in a row. I don't know when we've seen that last, really. More than that, though, the gain that we had yesterday kind of held, right, which we had not seen in a pretty long time. And the second thing, something I've been talking about for the whole week now, is that S&P finally hit 400, and it was a lot more smoother than I honestly expected it to be. I thought we'd hit up against it and maybe, struggle to break it, but we did not. So let's take a look at an article here. We'll take a look at, market moving up. I'll also point something else out about the market, and then we will get into Apple specific news as well. So let's take a look here, you guys, at this article here, and it talks about S&P hitting 4,000 mark. So it's if you're looking at SPX, right, that's 4,000. If you're looking at SPY, ticker symbol SPY, then that's 400. So that is just, a zero pretty much typically, plus or minus a little bit. So S&P crossed 4,000 mark for the first time. Technology shares led by chip makers gained following an upbeat earnings outlook by Micron, while optimism about the U.S. economic growth lifted sentiment. So two things, right? Earnings looking good, and the fact that we're about to reopen is starting to push markets up. Hopefully, tech continues to rise. We don't see the bond yield stuff come in really anymore. So that's definitely good. And the data continues to give confidence that the earnings are going to be revised higher, which is great month. And then the other thing that I want to point out is this right here, right? April is a good month, usually a good month for the market historically, and this person said they would expect that momentum to continue, especially as we see the economy strengthen. So what am I talking about when I say April is a relatively strong month? Let me bring in this kind of chart for us here. And what this is taking a look at is the average percentage change each month. And now this chart's looking at it from 1928 to 2021. Now, one thing I want to say right off the bat is past performance is not an indicator of future performance, right? How something's done in the past can sometimes tell us a little bit, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. So don't look at this and go, oh, we're going to go green for sure and go all in, right? Because it could still kind of go the other way. So take a look. January 1.2, April 1.5, July 1.6, and December 1.3. So historically, April is supposed to be a good month. Technically, looking at this graph, the second best month of the year. And as we could see from the start of April, which is today, start of Q2 2021, right, we are off to a green start. So that's what I wanted to quickly cover. Let's take a look at the indices real quick. NASDAQ up 1.76%, Dow Jones up 127 points, 0.38%, and the S&P up about $4 as well, 1.08%, with a nice little rally at the end to finally get and close above this $400 mark. So why did we see this on Apple, right? Apple was actually not as strong as I wanted it to be, but we'll take a look at something that we've been looking at, and it perfectly fits that scenario. So let's talk about this for just a second. We got a little nice gap up in the morning from the 122s to the 123s. Try to break above this 123.69. Clearly it did not hold. Came back down. Try to push above it again. Again, did not hold. And then from that point on, relative weakness right below VWAP. Could not break above. Sold off and then rallied into the close. So things that I like, obviously, like nice little green day. Things that I don't like, below VWAP. Things that I do like, this nice little push at the end. Let's take a look at the daily chart and we will see what we see. So the reason I said that I was actually not, super sad about Apple having only a 0.7% green day when the NASDAQ was up 1.7%, and Amazon actually, which was doing super well, up 2%, Microsoft up 2.7%, Google up 3%, right? So you get the gist of what I'm trying to say here. The reason I'm not kind of sad that Apple was only up 0.7 is because take a look at this bull pennant that we've drawn. It got pretty perfectly rejected at our bull pennant, which gives me a little bit of hope and it gives me a little bit of excitement that this could be valid and we could be seeing some type of a breakout. Does not have to happen. Again, I want to kind of make that very, very clear. Don't go out and just buy calls thinking the breakout's going to happen. Wait for confirmation, right? What I would do personally is I would draw this. If you're using a charting tool, if you like what I'm using here, I'm using Webull. Link in the description if you want it. It'll get both of us some free shares. But whatever charting tool you're using, draw it. And if it breaks above that, then we could be seeing a little bit of a breakout. Now, it doesn't have to be, again, so always get some level of confirmation before you go in with your trade. So, yeah, that's why I'm not, too worried that we only had a 0.7% day. Clearly, we've moved up a decent amount in the past few days. So that's definitely a good sign. Now, let's talk about future levels of support, future levels of resistance, and we'll see what we see. So clearly, our resistance level down here, 121.48, is a pretty good level of resistance. We've seen it hold up as, pretty good level of support now. We've seen it hold up as resistance. I was looking at this, so I said resistance. As you can see, back on March 19th, March 25th, March 26th, we had trouble breaking above that level. Now that we're above that level, I'm expecting it to be a solid level of support. The next support we have is 119.09 that we also held up a few times those same days as well as 2 days ago. And then we've also got this bull pennant forming, so I'm hoping for a close within this narrow range of kind of 120, mid 120s to mid 123s. So 121.48, 119, and then 120 being a mental support level that we're looking at on the downside. On the upside, we're looking at 123.69. That's our first level that we kind of have to break above, right? Which if we scroll back pretty much since, early March, March 3rd, about a month ago, we've really struggled to break above that level. And if we have broken above it, right, we've only stayed above for 2 days, so we struggled to stay above it, right? So break above, then stay above is kind of our goal. So 123.69 first level, 126.65 second level. Between those two, you guys know we got that EMA, the 89 exponential moving average, coming in right at 124.28. So that's great news for us because we're super close to it, about $1.20 away now. So hopefully we see that capture happen sometime next week if we keep going, or if we take a little bit of a breather, right? Because we're trying to go in the bull pennant for a little bit longer, then we could see a little bit of a breakout at the end of this, right? So that could take a day, it could take 2 days, it could take 3 days. Key is to watch for this top level to see if we're getting rejected, and if not, we could see a little bit of a breakout once we get above that. So again, hoping that we get up to 124.28, which is kind of where we got rejected today. But we found good support here at the 21 exponential moving average. So you guys know I like looking at 5 exponential moving average, 8 averages, 8, 21, 34, 55, 89. So key thing here, we're above 8 and 21, making a push towards the 89. Hopefully we get that next week. So goal for next week, 124s. Remember that we were off tomorrow for Good Friday. So hopefully we see that happen next week, establish that as a good level, and we really start to push up, kind of get that momentum going as we get closer into earnings. RSI is looking good too, 49, nice little push up. Taking a look at the QQQs, right, which is a tech sector, nice gap up, nice push up. We still have a little bit of run room to all-time highs. One thing that I don't like is when we're near all-time highs, because then there could be rejection. But as of right now, we've got about 4 more percentage points to go before we are at all-time highs. So not saying it's going to go straight line up, but I'm just kind of trying to draw a line long-term for us to get there. So that's all I had for you guys today. Hope you guys had a great trading week. We're finally starting to see some green. If today's any indication of what the rest of April could look like, we're hopefully in for a little bit of green finally, and hopefully, holding on to those shares during the painful times start to pay off. I have my Apple shares. I've got my singular Apple call, which is still down decently, but I've got until July, so keeping that for now because I'm already down a decent amount, and it maybe is starting to turn around, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's all I had for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to my channel, comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.